pull up in that beaner, call me Uncle Buck. I'm pulling out the heater, always keep it tucked. Don't be fooled by my demeanor, I'll still beat you up. I'll leave you black and yellow like a
That's the worst thing with these lists. It's like, fuck man, I have to listen to this like shit. And I have to re-listen.
Interesting exercise though. Like,
it is
actually the worst.
Yep. It's good to really know for sure, you know?
Alright, welcome to another episode of the Rapcast, because we went long.
You get 3, because we love you guys.
Wrapping up the rest of the year, the rest of the bullshit. We have more notes. We are going to ritualistically burn our notebooks after this, signifying a new beginning.
And the passage of time. This episode we won't start with album art, maybe.
Sure.
Get that out of the way. Do a best of, worst of.
Album art was invented in 1961.
Okay.
When the Beatles put out Sgt. Pepper.
Yes. Lost art, I mean, it is a huge part of it, because every time you look at it, your phone,
it's way more it's way more important than people give it credit for.
The images associated have a deep entanglement within the mind. But sometimes there's like good album, terrible album art.
Yep.
And vice versa. Last year we had the infamous Slow Burn disliking Pusha T's It's Almost Dry.
That's right.
Which, an opinion I still get emotional about.
It's a new year, new you,
the way
bro.
He took,
new
came
year,
after that, my man Pusha.
New year, new you. You gotta leave it in the past.
It's an artistic... Okay, never mind. Let's just... Let's just get into it. So you did a top 10 best covers, right? Let's start off with Positivity.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do... My number 10 is Larger Than Life by Brent
What?
Faiyaz.
Me too.
Let's go.
All right.
See,
are we friends?
We've been on the same wavelength all these episodes.
Oh man,
my hands are so
sweaty.
We just came in from the shivering cold. And we've been having our...
I think it takes the human body a bit to get used to being inside again, because my hands are cold.
Well, I think you just went to the bathroom and washed your hands, so...
Oh, true.
Either way, if you're listening to us on Spotify, you won't see what happened. We did a high five, and it didn't go so well. And you can also watch us on YouTube.
But this would probably be the worst part to listen to on Spotify, because you can't see the pictures.
Exactly, so go check out our YouTube page.
We're going to put the picture in.
I'm Andrew. And this is Alex, and that's Josh. You know who we are if you're on the third part of this fucking episode.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But there could be somebody just walking by.
That's true.
Walking by the internet street.
You.
So yeah, Brent Faiyaz, The Bigfoot on Rodeo Drive, Crushing Lambos.
It's cool. I love the style of it.
Comic book.
Yeah.
I don't know how much it really has to do with the album or whatever. It's kind of out of nowhere.
Larger than life, like the whole idea of like he's this, maybe has an ego or has like a different, certain je ne sais quoi because of his overall personality, where it's like he feels like he's this big giant in this world.
He's this foot stepping into the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's...
There might be something there, but it's not an obvious thing, but it also doesn't need to be.
No, but yeah, cool colors as well. So points for that.
I like it.
I guess I'm going to do my number 9 now.
All right.
Was Daniel Caesar's Never Enough.
Yo, that's my number 9 too.
Oh my god.
I'm not even, that's not a bit. I was gonna do a bit, no matter what you said, but that's actually my number 9.
Alright. Run the tape.
You looked at my list, man, when I was in the bathroom.
You fucking broke into my house. But I just made this list last night after coming home, and just I threw it together really
quickly. I've had this. This is one of the first ones I did, because I'm like, this isn't easy. I could just get it out of the way.
The blue hues.
I like the hues.
It's kind of like a bit nothing, but it's just a nice.
It's simple,
color
but it's,
to look at.
It's like an interesting, concept of him running and kind of like the blurriness of it. And there was that one video for what song was it?
One of the songs off of it,
where he's literally just running through the fields, which has something to do. He's talking about some larger kind of topic, but again, not that obvious. Doesn't need to be.
I mean, aren't we all running?
Looking...
Are we all running away from our gay thoughts?
What? Speak for yourself.
All right, this one, number 8. This is where it's going to change.
Okay.
For Drake, For All the Dogs.
Really?
Is that one of your worst?
That if we're doing top 10 worst, it is, but it's not my top 5 worst. We're doing top 5 worst.
Look, there is something cool to the novelty of having your 6-year-old son draw something for the album, and the fact that it both looks like a dog, or a kid's interpretation of a dog, but also kind of a goat.
Kind of a goat. Yeah.
So the dog, the goat, it has more meaning. You can read into it, but you really can't read into it because it was made by a 6-year-old child.
Yeah.
It's also kind of scary looking.
Yeah,
and Scary Hours, like it plays into certain things, even though despite it not being made by an adult. But hey, kids can be artists too.
That's true. I just hated the fucking in that music video for 8 a.m. in Charlotte. Great song, but how it starts off with Adonis like explaining to Drake what all of this shit means, and it's just like completely nonsensical. And Drake is talking about how he's like, oh, so that means like this is like this, and you think your dad's the GOAT, right, or some shit.
I thought it was funny for that reason, reading meaning into what the kid does.
I guess I'll let it slide because it's number fucking 8 for you. But if it was any higher,
all right, what's your 8?
Red Moon and Venus, Uchis. Great colors. Was it on yours?
No.
Yeah.
Very a little too simplistic looking. For me, but I did like the hues of red.
Yeah, the orange and yellows were nice. Her makeup and shit was pretty impressive. So,
and it does play into the meaning of the album, with the metaphorical concepts and the life and the the flowers butterflies and flowers and whatnot.
And it just like when I listen to the music, I picture the cover. I'm like, yeah, that orange hue just makes sense. That's kind of like the color I get even when thinking about it. So, just makes sense to me. Your number 7.
Young Thug's Business is Business.
That's my number 6.
Okay.
So close.
Kind of surprised that because I didn't really like the album too much, but
I did like the album a bit, but not.
It does have obviously like a real life context and meaning to it, which is interesting. I mean, the Young Thug case is something to like interesting to be looked at.
100%.
I'm really not an expert on it.
They were playing some Young Thug in court earlier, and people kept making memes of like, "Man, I would be singing every lyric if I was here." Like, how could you not? Like,
the clips coming out now where they're saying, "Okay, what does YSL stand for? Young Slime Lord or whatever is that? What is that?
Thug
does that
stands for
what's a slime? Like coming in like." Having people explain rap lyrics.
There's been some great sound bites and moments and stuff, but it is a serious matter at the end of the day.
No, but it's also setting a terrible precedent for artists can't say 100%. What they want now because it's illegal.
There was literally this one. I saw it's actually from Canada. This guy in BC. There was some gang shit going on there, and this guy who was like had some beef with this other gang member. They were also rappers or whatever, and there was like one of his friends like was a snitch and like was an informant or whatever, and he was like hyped him up being like, yo, you should talk about how you killed those 2 people on this track like in detail. Shit. And he did, and that was used as evidence in court. And I'm like, fuck, man, well that's just like you just got to play it kind of. But
bro, it's a 187 on an undercover cop. Okay,
it's crazy.
I don't tolerate any. If you Josh,
what?
I've been suspecting you a little bit.
I gotta go. They're onto me.
But yeah, the cover itself, it's hard. It's kind of badass. Like it's just like
it just evokes a feeling.
It's kind of evil in a way. He's in court looking back, like Yeah,
it's a little foreboding. I mean, it's the weight of actually having to serve a huge life sentence, like, and being in a court process for several years. Like, it's a lot to deal with.
We haven't gotten new Thug. What Thug has been thinking of musically, we haven't gotten that from him.
Yeah.
In a bit, so he could be on a whole different fucking wavelength when he gets out. I don't know. If he gets out. I'll say that. My number 7, R.I.P. Human Art. It's an EP by Earth Gang that came out this year. Comic book style, super hard.
Yeah.
Like Division.
I like that one too, but
I
kind of forget it a little bit.
It's like this monster and like a big thing of like flames and stuff. Like this big,
and then it's like the 2 Earth Gang
like
guys
falling down, and they're like in the corners falling down. Yeah, they've had a lot of cool comic book style kind of EPs in the past, or cover art in the past, that I fuck with.
Cool concept.
Yeah.
For me, number 6 was Wiki and Mike and the Alchemist, Faith is a Rock.
Yeah, that one didn't make my list, but it's hard. I like it.
I like its graffiti style art, but it's kind of like reminisces on like Atlas carrying the weight of the world on, but it's this rock. It's definitely New York City inspired, and the musical notes as people.
Yeah, I like the kind of
really
like
cool touch.
I don't know if the colors are like the palette. It's like kind of like painted looking almost. Like it's nice.
Yeah,
I fuck with it.
Good colors.
Number 5. Number 6 was Business is Business. So number 5 is Set It Off by Offset. Surprisingly enough, pull it up. It's hard. It's symmetrical. It's fucking lined up really nicely. There's an explosion. It's the it's upside down. He's falling from the shit.
Wow.
Like, it's just like a good photo.
But
like, it's
he
just
is doing the Michael Jackson thing. So you were hating a second ago.
That's true, but also I didn't know that until right now.
He's got the white glove.
Let me see that. Yeah, you're right.
Undeniable.
You're right. All right, I'm a hypocrite. Call me Killer Mike out here, but I'm being hypocritical right now. I don't know. Yeah, I thought it was cool. No,
that's pretty cool.
For the most part, I guess.
Action movie. Sort of a Michael Bay inspired. They should do like a rapper John Wick type movie, you know?
They might be with 21 Savage and Donald Glover doing the fucking new...
Oh my
god. That's a... I don't know what to fucking think of that shit. We'll talk about it, like, obviously, in the next episode. We'll talk about 21 Savage and Cali Uchis and a bunch of Kid Cudi. Stuff is dropped.
We're in it. We're already in 2024. That's the crazy thing. Number 5, Lil Yachty's Let's Start Here.
That's my number 5 worst of the year.
Ooh.
Because I understand the concept of, like, it's these management people, like being like laughing at him, being like, "You can't make an album like this. You can't do that." At least that's what I get out of it.
That's where I took it too as well.
But I'm sick of AI album covers. It doesn't look good. It doesn't look appealing. The like the colors and stuff. It just looks kind of bland and kind of just gross to me. Where the music is very like pristine and like kind of pretty and experimental. Like I need some purples. I need some fucking swirls on the cover, man. Like it doesn't match the music to me. And also the AI concept.
That's a decent point to be made.
AI album art peaked when we did Please Don't Call the Cops. Also,
you're allowed to do AI.
Yes, no one else.
because we're broke.
Yes, exactly. We don't have any other options.
With Lil Yachty, he's rich as fuck. He could pay somebody to do that. You know? But. Yeah.
Anyway, explain to me why you...
By the way, Josh is really wearing the fuck out of that blanket.
Oh, no, he's in it. He's fucking cozy.
Dude, we were just hanging outside. I'm cool.
That's cool. It's like negative.
Y'all want a blanket? I got 3 on me.
I'm sitting here shivering like a man. Okay?
Yeah.
My little footsies might be cold.
No, but here's the thing with me, and also it's also ironic that we were just talking about R.I.P. Human Art album cover for yours. Yeah. Yours is a little more consistent on AI, but... The fun thing with AI art is the idea of thinking about what the intention was behind the human being who put the words into the prompts and stuff like that.
Yeah,
and selected the picture. So even though it's generated by a computer, it's the discernment of like which object do they choose to like.
Don't get me wrong. There can be merit to AI art, but it's just that. The majority of it is drivel, or it's taking jobs away from these people, or it's like, you know, it's definitely fucking with things in the art community for sure.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm a hypocrite because I use AI for some shit. I use ChatGPT to make resumes for myself. Like I'm not, you know, I'm human.
I use ChatGPT to talk to my girlfriend. We're having a whole conversation right now, actually.
And you're really in her good books recently too, so it must be doing a good job.
I paid for the best software they had.
ChatGPT stole my girlfriend.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's
gonna be a movie.
It's gonna be a real problem in the future.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a movie, bro.
It's gonna be the number one reason for suicide in the future.
I feel like that's the plot of The Creator.
But yeah, like...
Well, okay. So we already got one of your worst out of the way.
That's true. Number 4 for me might be controversial potentially. I really like the Voir Dire cover. Of the fucking big gavel and the style that it's drawn in, and the skeleton behind fucking the stand as the judge.
We're all judged for our actions, you know.
I think it would be a hard tattoo. Like that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, oh. That's
my issue with it is that I never even thought about that or put that together, even though I saw the album cover many times.
It just didn't register.
It wasn't until I was looking into it, and then I was like, whatever.
Yeah.
Good. But yeah, the gavel is pretty cool when you actually look at it.
I just think it's a cool art style, and I really like the art that even like you can say what you want about the whole NFT thing that they did, or like the NFT-esque thing they did with like selling the songs beforehand that comes with like a GIF of something. But there was a lot of art done for that. Like the singles each had a different like a talon or whatever of like a falcon or some shit. There was like different art. There was like a race car or some shit. Like, and I just like that style a lot that they did. So
right. So when you put them all together, you get an even bigger picture. Of
the artistic direction for the album and the rollout was cool. Yeah. Like not even just including the album art. You know.
I don't know. There were too many white background. Albums for me. So that's why I reward colors.
Yeah, I felt like a blank canvas, like a really empty canvas made like when you open up Paint, Microsoft Paint or something like that, and it doesn't look like it was made in Microsoft Paint, but it just makes me think of that.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough.
You're getting outnumbered and outmanned right now. It's a Mexican standoff.
I can't say that anymore, actually. They prefer to call it a fucking... insert joke there. I'm not even going to try,
Where are you
man.
going with there?
I'm not even going to try. Go. Relieve the tension.
No, I think I'm going to let the tension
All
sit
right,
for a
very
bit longer.
good.
Danny Brown and JPEG scaring the hose.
That one probably could have been on my list, but it didn't make it.
You know, the 70s kung fu movie, blaxploitation vibe, guns and Bibles. It has all the humor. You know, the two women that are on the cover as well. So obviously, you know, scaring the hose.
Yeah. JPEG's more of like a Christ-like figure in the shit holding the guns, and Danny Brown's kind of a little bit lower down to the side, which kind of make like because to me it is more of a JPEG album, like production-wise as well. Like it's much more.
But Danny Brown has the double-barreled shotgun.
That's true.
So
yeah, he
packs a big
could be
punch.
in control, maybe. Yeah, exactly. And I even like the little touch of like putting like the little. Did you notice like, the
internet
little,
cursor?
The internet cursor, like the.
Yeah,
I
didn't even put that together till recently, but you know, it definitely fits.
Yeah.
The whole vibe.
I liked it.
Yeah. What was your number 4?
My number 4 was Vardir, so I got 3, 2, 1. How many you got
3
left?
is Kate Tremine.
I also have 3 as Kate Tremine.
All right.
Okay, this is getting scary.
We're 3 for 10.
Scary
so
hours.
3 for 7.
You know, sort of an 80s or 90s movie thing. You know.
Yeah, I like the
vibrant
top down.
colors.
Yeah, I love the vibrant kind of punchy colors. Like the blue is sick. The
like
outfits are sick.
Are they sitting on beach towels, or are those those chairs they put like next to the?
I
like,
think
a pool.
Either way, it's like some sort of like beachy, summery vibe, like a towel
their
or a
outfits,
chair or something. Yeah,
you know, they just seem like cool dudes.
Which is where what they were going for. The album itself like was a bit disappointing to me in terms of like you know. They promised like album of the summer, but it didn't really give those vibes, and like there
wasn't
kind of
any
misses.
hit on the level of like you know.
I think
Woodlawn Park or like one of the classic anime songs.
I think Forever and Rebuke are really great songs overall, but the album didn't do it for me. But yeah, the album cover was sick.
Nothing crazy, but
I always thought the album cover was sick.
It definitely matches the vibe.
I'll go with my number 2. Call Me If You Get Lost Estate Sale. Kind of cheating, maybe, because I think he used it for the vinyl back in 2021, but he used it more recently for the. Like on streaming.
Call Me If You Get Lost vinyl?
Yeah.
Oh. Wow.
So I don't know if that's cheating, but I think it's fucking sick artistic style.
Yeah, it is pretty cool.
The kind of like...
The size of his body.
Yeah, the scale of everything is sick. Reminds me of an old fucking painting. Like, kind of the vibe he's going for a little bit of traveling and all that shit. Yeah, I just think it works.
He's still in his Wes Anderson era, but you know...
Yeah, well, with the Sorry Not Sorry thing we were talking about last episode, like... We'll see what he does next.
What's next? Goth? Tyler, the Creator?
Ooh. There's a Lil Uzi Vert collab album.
Oh, no. My number 2. You're going to hate this one. West Side Gun, and Then You Pray For Me.
No, I think it's good album art.
Okay.
I don't hate it.
I just thought because you hated the album, but...
I didn't hate it. It just wasn't that good.
All right.
5 out of 10.
It's actually designed by Virgil Abloh.
Yes, that's probably one of his last works, I'd imagine.
The main thing is that the 3% rule of artistic originality, that all they had to do was add some chains to a Caravaggio painting, and it gives it a whole new hip-hop, like, street 100%. Edge. And the whole concept, you know, art and artistic gangsta rap vibe to it.
It fits. It fits for sure. Luxury vibes.
And, like, yeah, props to Renaissance painter Caravaggio.
I think this is the only time.
This one's for you.
This is the only time in a rap podcast somebody's shouted out Caravaggio.
Well, like, it's a cool way of bringing some old-ass art into a new context.
For sure.
100%, yeah. Like,
and it was, you know, he did the same thing for Pray for Paris, which is probably a better cover, but...
And it's a sequel, so it makes sense that he would go back to that.
That was also by a Caravaggio painting as well.
Exactly.
Yeah, anything that gets more attention to the old Renaissance artists is cool in my books. Because like those things were all really sick. Because
we got good art marks in art class.
Yes, indeed. Shout out to my high school art teacher. He actually put me onto some good music.
He's actually in jail now. Believe it or not.
I think
the reputation our school's getting? Fucking maybe.
No, just kidding.
Yeah, no. He's cool dude. Our number 1s, do you think they'll be the same?
No.
Okay. No. Go off.
Young Nudies Gumbo.
I have never looked at it
Oh,
in my
bro.
life. I don't think. Yeah, pull
it up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look at it too. Just it's nice to look at.
Is it a naked woman, Alex? Is it a picture
No.
of a naked? Okay.
It's of a naked man.
Oh. Oh yeah. That's pretty hard.
And the coolest part of it is every song on the album is a food item, and they're all pictured on here on this cover. So they got the peaches and eggplants.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Pancake, gumbo, portobello. Those are the mushrooms. They got Brussels sprout, the first track, and there's some Brussels.
Is that an MF Doom reference? Oh, that's pretty sick.
And the big snake in the middle
Yeah.
with those crazy green and yellow tones is what really brings it together.
Yeah, that's sick.
And that's what makes it look cool, like when you're just looking at it from far away or just scrolling past it. But then you look into the details.
Yeah, it's a very detailed image.
And
well done.
It was a pretty decent album as well. I mean, Young Nudie, it's not necessarily everyone's cup of tea, but
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, there's just a lot of detailed, lot to look at.
That's a good pick.
But yeah, the Peaches and Eggplants video probably most ass in any video like of the year, if you're wondering about
most ass of the year. Okay, well I'll have to do my research, of course, because I'm very detail oriented.
That's the funny when we were going through the videos. I was like working on my own side list of top 5 like
jerkable
most to the male gaze.
That could be a list if we do
Kali
it.
Uchis Moonlight was a good one.
Yep.
The scene where she was on the. Let's not get too into horniness right now. The SZA Snooze video had some smut for sure, but let's not get too horny on pod right now.
My number 1 might also be cheating because it's kind of 2, but I'm including both of them in Alchemist Flying High EP Part 1 and 2. The first one being more of like a touristy kind of thing where the lady's like kind of all over the coast.
Yeah, that
doing
was a sick
shit.
title.
And the second one was even cooler, of like this kind of like abstract like there was clearly like some sort of like lined thing. There was like a picture, there's something, a painting they went off, and then they just kind of like made it super like minimalistic and just turned everything into boxes and lines and colors and shit. I think it's super hard. There's a specific like there was.
Which one do you like more?
I like the second one more, honestly.
Yeah. The third one is like a take on an old promotional photo for Hawaii or something.
Yeah, that looks like some like 80s kind of.
Yeah, just like it's just super unique, and I'm just like I haven't seen a cover like this where it's like some kind of like robot dude like chilling there, but like colors are going crazy.
Some like old like almost like PS1 kind of stuff.
Yeah.
To me, I interpreted that one as like a old school like airport or like map of like a subway or some kind of like.
Yeah, it could be like something like that, like.
But yeah, very good use of colors on that one.
It just makes me think a whole lot. It's very abstract.
And you are quite a thinking man, aren't you?
Yeah, fucking.
Let's see that forehead. Forehead reveal for the thumbnail.
They're gonna love that.
That's a good use of my time.
Let's do 5 worst. 5 worst covers of the year. You got my number 5 already. Let's start here.
All right.
Boom, it's out of
my
there.
number 5, Logic's College Park.
Not on my list. Yeah, it's not a great cover. It's like dark, not great to look at.
There's only one corner of it where there's some light coming in. It just seems like a random camera roll photo.
It's very...
And it is a picture, I think, from 2011, back when he was in College Park, Maryland. And there's a little longitude, latitude thing in the corner.
Yeah, it's very much a callback to that time of his life, but it's not the best image. He's had better covers, for sure.
Vinyl Days was kind of a similar vibe, but much better.
Because that had a lot of like things in it. There was a lot of references to songs and different like things.
Yeah, and it was so much brighter.
Shit, yeah, and so his son, which gives more context to his life at the time.
Was just not a good photo.
Yeah. My number 4 is Blanket by Kevin Abstract.
That's my number 3.
Yeah. If he went with the one with the hint, he's hugging the big furry monster mascot guys, and it was like a bright photo and it was like nice to look at, and it also maybe could have like meant
Monster
something.
Mascot. I don't even.
There was a picture. I'll put it up on podcast. You'll see it in the edit. But it's not worth my time to. You can pull it up right now.
I'm just picturing Where Are the Wild Things.
It's very much vibes like that.
Yeah.
I think that's part of the aesthetic that he wanted to go with the album. So that's why it was such a change. Because that was originally the cover, and then he changed it up to like this dude in a mask in a creepy liminal space thing. And it doesn't have to do with the music like really at all. I mean, the music can be kind of a little bit creepy and a little bit like haunting in a way, but like it's just not appealing to look at. Yeah, only certain parts really.
It also kind of reminded me of the Rapcast Halloween special.
Yeah.
Remember the shot of you when we're in the like abandoned office building and you come in with the mask? Yeah. Like I was like, all right, that's someone's watching our.
I wouldn't put it past him.
Kevin is secretly a fan.
Yeah, if he's a fanny pack fucking supporter, I wouldn't be surprised.
Would it kill you to retweet? My boy,
exactly.
You know, get some traction around here.
All right, your number 4.
My number 4, Post Malone's Austin.
That made my short list. That was my number 6.
Yeah. I'm rich and sad,
but I have a big pool. And
this is a picture from my camera roll.
Yeah, and he's off in the corner, and it's all pool, and it's like, yeah.
You could have done something. I get, it's me stripped down. I'm not even wearing a shirt.
Yeah, it's what I was saying in the last episode. It's so low effort that it's just like, what, like.
Yeah. I guess the blue color is something to look at.
Yeah, I suppose. And my number 3 is Like by Ice Spice. Have you seen this one? I'm sure you have. It's like she's like the weird like Bratz doll yassified version or whatever the fuck. Like,
did you write that down? Yassified?
I didn't. Okay. I swear to God, I had no notes for album notes or for album covers. I'll show Josh right quick.
I don't want to.
I didn't really like it either, but I just didn't even want to put it on the list.
Yeah,
I was just like.
And she's like, it's like hypersexual. She's like in between her own legs. There's like a GIF. I've never seen this GIF on Apple Music. It's not good, but it's
looks like an alien.
Yeah, I don't like it.
My number 2, 3 was Kevin Abstract. Might be a bit of a surprise, but Doja Cat's Scarlet.
Yeah, it's not great, eh? I didn't have it in my top.
The album doesn't have anything to do with spiders.
Demons? I don't know. Like there's some.
And you could tell, I mean, part of it is I know that they went back and forth on the album title.
Right.
And this was kind of even a last minute idea that they just were like,
well, I've actually seen, funny enough, I've seen the CD at like fucking Walmart for this album. And it's different from even this. It's the same style though. It's like, because the cover that's on streaming is like the 2 spiders, right?
White background, 2 spiders. Yeah. So simple.
Yeah. The one on... the one that I've seen in stores on the physical release is like 1 spider, but it's like actually colored in scarlet, like the color scarlet. So it's like a little bit. It's even a little bit more, but like
I'm just going off of what was on my Spotify.
Exactly.
And
it's not great. Doesn't really.
I get that it's like it's 2 spiders like kissing or something. So the joke of like. It's kind of a romantic album, I guess, about his.
There's parts of the whole they paint us to be these evil things.
Yeah.
But we're just loving life, and it's me and you forever,
But like, if you're really trying to we're trying to read in messaging into
that's
it,
not, it's probably not there. That wasn't a part of it at all.
I thought they just probably it was probably just a marketing decision made by somebody else or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, maybe she submitted some crazy satanic painting.
Honestly, yeah, maybe.
And they were just like, till the last minute, being like, yeah, totally, we'll do that.
My number 2 is Sundial by No Name.
Oh man, this is such an anti-woman list.
No, it ain't. It's just look at the cover and tell me you want to listen to the album. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just like it's abstract, I guess, but it's just not appealing to look at. It's just I don't like it. It's just like it hurts her in space. It looks like it was done by a child. Yeah, nah.
I just think.
I mean, you actually listen to the album, so I don't know if it has if it works with the music, right? Like I don't know.
I don't know. To me, it's like intentionally kind of strange looking for an intentional.
Oh, I'm sure it's a reason,
purpose.
But like I didn't listen to the music, so to me, it's just not a good thing to look at. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Like I don't know the mermaid that's like flying by, like that's attached to a hair. Maybe it's a little unfair because I didn't listen to the music, but yeah, if I'm going just artistically based.
I'm just kidding about you being a misogynist.
No, you're not.
Yeah, no, I'm serious. Completely serious.
Yep.
What the fuck, man?
Well, my number one's a dude, so and
Me
a dude
too.
you like.
And ours is a dude neither of us like. Mine number one, Russ Santiago. You want to look that one up?
Yeah, I don't think I've seen that. I didn't even know we dropped this here. Yeah, ugh.
It's just like a bad painting.
Yeah, I don't like it.
And it's like, I got scars, like I'm bleeding, like, and which is kind of a rip off of Lil Durk's album.
Yeah, for sure. It does
Almost
look.
Healed.
Yeah, that's true.
Which was a much better execution of that idea.
100%.
And I just don't like Russ.
Yep, fair enough.
So,
my number one, I'll pull it up to remind folks, is Indiana Jones by Boldy James and
come
Rich
on.
Gaines.
Is it because it's AI?
Yes,
Yeah.
and also like it's like cropped into like a fucking like a portrait thing. Like there's two big black bars on the side of the thing, and I'm like, that's just I don't know why you do something like that. That's just so terrible. And yeah, AI.
Like
I don't know,
movie. It's like a movie type thing.
but the movie doesn't go from the sides; it goes from the bottom and top. It doesn't make any sense. Like to me, this screams no effort of like someone did AI shit, and he's like, and Boldy looked at it, I was like, yeah, let's just do it. And then there was no thought into it, and yeah.
I don't know. To me, it kind of matches the vibe of the album, but that's because I listened to this album.
Yeah, again, I didn't listen to it.
Because he's kind of this cowboy type figure, almost, and he's looking off into the city. But yeah, I mean, it wasn't done by a human being, so.
And I just don't like looking at it.
It's easy to hate on for sure for that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that's the worst album, but Well,
we were pretty on par for the best of, so it makes sense that we'd clash on the worst.
But for the record, my opinions are correct.
Whoa. I'll do the little Uzi Vert.
Whoa!
I don't know how to do it. My voice is so raspy.
All right. Soundtracks of the year.
Yeah, I just have 3, right?
It was down to 3. Creed,
Barbie, and Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's...
My number 3 was Creed 3.
That was my number 1. That was easily the best one. Are you kidding me? Because it's actual music that doesn't have to do with the movie. Like, it's actual just Dreamville songs of, like, JID and, like, the Reason.
Yeah, that's why it's not a good soundtrack.
Oh, well... man. But it's
Also,
so much better than the music. Barbie's so terrible, generally.
No, Barbie was my number 1.
No, man.
The songs had way more impact. I'm Just Ken.
That's just because it's so much bigger, though.
I'm Just Ken was a great track. Ryan Gosling.
Like, fucking Creed 3 is a good album. Creed 3 soundtrack is a good album without the movie, which makes it just so much better to me. Like, you don't even need the context.
To me, the Creed 3 thing just didn't make any impact on me. It was technically good, but it just kind of... Nothing really stuck in my head about it. And, like, yeah, there were some decent songs, the JID, Earth Gang. I do like those rappers, but the soundtrack just didn't impress. But anyway, I guess we agree that Spider-Verse was the middle.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah. But yeah, I liked Headhunters on the Dreamville shit. Headhunters, Jack, Hate Me Now, Layup. Some of the R&B ones are like really good. Like Hate Me Now, I listen to a lot.
Sir and Sid song was pretty good, actually.
In the Room with Tierra Whack and JID, BJ the Chicago Kid. Burnt Bridges with Aaron Ray and Reason. The J. Cole one, it wasn't that great, I'll give you that. It's like some of the bigger guys didn't perform as well. JID, my boy with Loot wasn't as great, but overall, like I've explained my reasoning. I don't have to justify it. But yeah, I'll look at the Barbie one here quick.
I mean,
I did like the Billie Eilish. That's a guilty pleasure of mine this year. The Billie Eilish song is a good
Billie
song.
Eilish, the the
Dance
Dua
the
Lipa
Night,
song.
I guess Dance the Night, but it's so overplayed.
The Lizzo song, sure, it's corny, but
No,
it
fuck
does
outta here.
it does play into
Like,
it sets you up for the whole story of the
I understand.
album.
I understand what you're saying now because the soundtrack was more integral to the movie than anything else, than any of the other soundtracks of movies that we watched.
But
this
I also
year.
just think that off the strength of certain tracks,
Right.
even the Nicki Minaj Ice Spice one,
Nah,
I enjoyed it.
I like honestly, I like the Charlie XCX one, Speed Drive. Tim Impala was
Dominic
okay.
Fike had a good song on it. Like
that one's okay.
The last 5 or so songs weren't that good.
Yeah,
but
Sam
overall,
Smith, get out of here. Kid Laroi, get out of here.
I didn't love really any of these albums.
Yeah, no, me neither. They were
so
all they're all bottom 10. Like if I'm doing a bottom 10 list of like including soundtracks, they'd all probably be up there.
But yeah, in my opinion, it goes Barbie, Spider-Verse, and then Creed 3.
Yeah, no, mine's the opposite, or not the opposite, but yeah, opposite 1 and 3. All right.
Well, we got that one out of the way.
Do we want to do deluxes even? Is that even worth getting into?
I didn't really look into it.
Yeah, let's not even bother.
We could do EPs.
Yeah, let's do it. What do you got number 5?
Oh, fuck. Where's my list again?
I'll go number 5. Big Crit. Drops an album late in the year. It's called Regardless. It's Still Timeless. Pretty solid. Not too much to say about it. I've only listened to it 2 or 3 times, but like it's pretty good.
Big Crit.
Yeah, I like Big Crit. We don't really talk about him ever, but his Forever's a Mighty Long Time album from 2017 is like one of my favorite rap albums in that decade. Probably, it's so good.
Wow,
it's a double album.
That's one that I forgot about.
But he doesn't. He's
from the South, right?
Yeah. But like since then, he hasn't really put out much worth talking about. So I just never really bring him up. Like just kind of standard stuff. But I like the EP quite a bit.
That's cool. My number 5 was Earth Gang's R.I.P. Human Art.
That's my number 2. I'm a little more partial to that one. I just love Earth Gang a whole lot, and they're kind of getting a little zanier, not as like kind of poppy as they were getting, and they kind of seemed like they were trying to do more like predictable shit on Ghetto Gods. Where like, oh, let's get the song with J. Cole and J.I.D. Let's get the feature feature. Let's
get for a different audience, but really
back to basics.
To me, it's really just the strength of Die Today and the Bobby Boucher song. And there were some other interesting moments that I don't remember as much, but it didn't completely grab me. Right.
Yeah, I like the song Imagine a lot. Kind of more like, bringing up these hypothetical questions, but done in a lot better way versus like Jack Harlow song Questions. Yeah, the intro song The Wake is okay. Flavors of Karma I liked a lot as well. But yeah, it's only 5 tracks. Nothing too crazy. Mine was Flying High Part 2, Alchemist. That's the one where he's rapping on it.
That was my number 1.
Yeah. I figured you would like that one because Alchemist is spitting on all the tracks. And some good features. Action Bronson, Benny the Butcher.
Really, I just love I like all the songs. Turkish Link.
Yeah.
Him and Conway. Him and Bronson. Even this, I've never heard of this Gangrene guy.
Me neither, but it's hard.
That was like one of the hardest I've seen Alchemist go as far as rapping.
For sure. Currency track is good. Yeah,
everything works for me on that one.
I just preferred. My number 3. I'll get it out of the way. Is Flying High number 1.
That was my number 4.
Yeah.
So because I didn't like it as much. It was mainly the Earl Sweatshirt song that started it, and the Larry June one that ended it. I didn't like the middle tracks as much, but solid rapping still.
Yeah, I like the song with the mic shit.
It's not really my favorite Boldy James track, honestly. That one from.
I didn't love that one. I like TF had pretty good flows on that one. But yeah, interchangeable almost. Number 3 and 4 for me. My number 2 was RP Human Heart, so I just got my number 1 left. You got anything else?
My number 3 was Swiss Beats 50 Years of Hip Hop Volume 2.
That one overall is my number 7.
Right.
But yeah, I thought it was good. I just much preferred the DJ Premier one, and I don't think Swiss Beats is as. I don't like his production as much either. If you're comparing it to,
it did contain the infamous Lil Wayne lyric, where he uses an anti-Chinese slur.
Yes, that's correct.
But it was a little bit more for old school hip hop heads.
Yeah. Jay Lex song, Nas song is good.
They had
he did a little bit. He had a song with 504 and Little Durk. Those are the ones I didn't like though, really.
Yeah.
But I like Benny the Butcher, Jadakiss shit.
It's what the city's supposed to sound like. That was probably my favorite as far as like a party kind of track.
Really? Yeah, no, I didn't like that one as much.
It had a good energy to it for sure, and Swiss Beats is one of the most known rap producers.
True.
What else do you have left on your list?
My number 1 is Summer Walker.
Oh.
Clear 2, Soft Life.
Right. I kind of just counted that as an album. But,
it's labeled as EP on the... It's weird. I think it's like on the Grammys. It's fuck Grammys, but the Grammys is like saying it's an album, but like on her Apple Music it says EP, so... That's where I had it.
My number 2 was Conway and Jay Skeese. Pain Provided Profit.
Okay, I don't think I listened to that one.
Good little 7-track project.
Yeah. But, Summer Walker, where the fuck is her shit? Yeah.
There was a Childish Gambino feature on it.
And the J. Cole feature is great, too. Love that one. And she's a really talented singer, and I haven't really listened to her all that much, but I'm going to keep an ear out. For sure.
Hard Life was a good track. I remember about, like, how other people have it really easy compared to certain people, you know?
Yeah.
Fuck it, let's go through our worst albums again.
Let's do it. Let's say the exact same thing.
The voice is completely hoarse. You want to do guilty pleasures?
Sure. I already talked about a few of mine in the last episode. Or I just mentioned one earlier. Billie Eilish, What Was I Made For? I like that one. But
right.
I'm not as guilty about that one. That's just a pop song, right? I'm allowed to like pop music too.
No.
Not on the Rapcast, I'm not. What do you got? What do you got on your list?
This isn't really that guilty of a pleasure, but I did like Baby Gravy 3.
Is that the collab album between Baby No Money and
yeah.
and Gravy? I never listened to it.
Pretty good. It's pretty good.
You're a busy guy this year. Listen to a lot of shit.
Yeah. Well, my boss Nate, he looks a lot like Young Gravy.
Interesting.
And kind of sounds like him too.
Okay, could be Young Gravy. You don't know. You don't know that.
But he doesn't have the big hair.
Well, that's the whole big characteristic of Young Gravy.
No, it's kind of on some silly white boy raps, but
there's a time and a place for that.
There's a good one, and there was a good song called "C'est La Vie" featuring Rich Brian that you might have.
I listened to that one. That was good.
Yeah.
Fun
time on that one.
Yeah. Right on. I mentioned Blink-182 on the last episode. I liked a few of those songs, but I to be fair, I didn't listen to the whole album. If I did, it probably wouldn't be that good.
So
as you were saying.
There's this TikTok trend that I kind of got into. There's a song called "Lil Boo Thang."
Lil Boo Thang.
And it's sort of a family-friendly TikTok type track.
Definitely haven't heard it.
Here's why I'm into it is that it's samples heavily the classic track "Best of My Love" by The Emotions.
You're speaking another language to me right now. I don't know either of these things.
This song was heavily used in the movie Boogie Nights, which I watched this year.
That's the camera right there. Oh. Yeah.
So basically, they did a rap song that did like.
Yes, I know the sound. I've heard the sound on TikTok. I just never thought twice about it. I don't know.
It's
you've heard the whole song? Like, you like this whole song?
Okay. They say I don't give a hoot. Like it's for the sake of a rhyme, but like doing that kind of family friendly stuff.
Okay.
You know, I have to feel a bit guilty for that one, but you know. Sample's one of the great tracks from the 70s.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like. Now it's your turn to embarrass yourself.
I'll say one of my worst songs of the year was "Pressure" by MGK, but I will say his Renegade freestyle, it wasn't that bad. I kind of liked it. Where he disses Jack Harlow. It's one of the ones he did it a few times. Where he in someone's backyard. He did one with like fucking.
I remember the one with Corday.
Corday was pretty bad, but then he did the Renegade one, which he was just in Jack Harlow saying, "Give Drake his flow back, man." Like, I don't know. He had some bars in there.
Wow.
I mean, it's a Renegade. It's Eminem beat. So it's gonna be
riding hard for your boy Kells, eh?
I was just hating on him an episode ago. You can't do that.
Slow Tie is kind of a guilty pleasure.
I also have Slow Tie written down there.
Yeah.
And I also have Lil Wayne and Euro Tuxedo, the kind of like pop punk Trump endorsing track. But I'm like, come on. Call up my hitter, Donald Trump.
Who doesn't
Trump,
have a rapper who's into Trump? You know?
Come on, Benny the Butcher. A little bit.
Yeah, I mean, Miles is kind of a guilty pleasure, but he's also kind of a best
new artist.
He's kind of
best new artist for me. Yeah, I don't really have anything else for best new artist, so
it does come with a bit of guilt.
Yeah, because like you don't really want to be playing that. Like I got Miles jump scared on Christmas this year because I was with my family.
Yeah,
and I think you or someone sent a Miles thing in a chat. And then I didn't know my volume was fully up, and there was like a lull in the conversation, and then I just played it, and then it just started hearing Miles, Deck the Halls or whatever, like the Christmas song he did, like full blast. I'm like, oh shit.
He had a bunch of tracks I got into this year. Yeah. Martin Luther.
Yeah, that one's crazy.
Don't forget Rosa Parks and Malcolm X.
Yeah.
Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah.
Good one. Hong Kong.
Hong Kong is classic at this point.
Yeah, he's not trying at all.
It's trash, and I love it.
But it's not trying in a good way. You know?
Exactly.
And his most recent track, he got Smoke Perp.
Yeah, that's right. He got a Smoke Perp. I mean, we could probably get a Smoke Perp fucking feature at this point.
Yeah, true.
What's he been up to? Do you have worst new artists?
I do have one.
Okay, I got a few. It's all TikToks, but yeah.
I have other best new artists as well.
Okay, I don't have anything else really for that.
Worst new artist, Ken Carson. We kind of talked about it.
Right. I don't know how new he is, so he could have been around for a while. I didn't put
other
him there.
worst new artist, Con Jarson.
Oh, okay. Let's get into it. So, don't even bother looking it up, but it's this guy that started following us on our... Should we even detail this? Like, how...
No, we want to have him on the show eventually.
Yeah, okay.
But he's this white boy, I think, from Sacramento or something.
Yeah.
Did a foot fetish song. He's kind of he's
a meme rapper.
Young Jizz Records.
He's a meme rapper, yeah.
If you're creating your own opium label kind of thing. But yeah, I don't know if he's really there yet, but I want to encourage him to keep making terrible music.
Fair enough.
He keeps sending us messages that say meow.
It's true.
On our Instagram
we get
page.
to meow back, so we'll see if the new year...
Hey, maybe I'm feeling a little coy tonight. Who knows?
Like Coi Leray, my worst new artist. I'm joking, that would be pretty sick, but...
That was a worst new artist from like 3 years ago.
Yeah, no, exactly. I have Forgiato Blow here. I have Little Mabu, of course. I have these TikTokers. But I want to turn your attention to one that I'm sure you've seen before. Not really a rapper, but this guy TX2. He had that song, I Would Hate Me Too, the whole, like, I'm a 5-foot man whore. It's awful. Pop punk.
I see his stuff on pop up on my Explore page sometimes, and oh boy, man. Apparently I heard that like he actually used to be like make normal like good music and then decided to like really lean into this emo pop punk revival TikTok stuff for clicks, and now he's gone down this path.
You hate to see it, man. Well, it's interesting though. Maybe he could have
just kept his head down and grinded for another couple of years, and maybe it would have worked out. But he decided to make a complete fool of himself. But I mean, he has 500,000 subscribers or whatever.
He's got it, I guess. But I don't know. Don't like it.
Best new artist. Let's go some positivity here. Leon Knight, I got into this year.
Don't know much about him.
He did the Ocean Gate Submarine freestyle.
Oh, yeah, him. That's right.
I actually was into him a bit before. He did a song called Coachella Artist Pass Freestyle.
Okay.
Where it's all about, like, he's making fun of people who have the artist pass but aren't artists that somehow get into the...
Oh, like,
You should be eating all this free food. You're not even an artist.
Yeah.
And they did a funny video for it of him at Coachella.
Mm-hmm.
That got a bit of buzz. Then the Ocean Gate thing got pretty big. He had a pretty funny, like, pro-LGBTQ rights song called LGBTQ.
Nice.
Where he did a lot of
opposite of
funny jokes on it. He actually put out, like, a whole rock album this year, which I haven't listened to that much, but he did a funny post after this. Everyone was doing their Spotify raps of, like, basically a GoFundMe that was just like, look at my Spotify rap. Like, look how much views I have, and I still can't fucking pay for rent. So.
Oh, nice.
That was funny.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's just like, seems like a funny dude. And kind of in this new wave of like goofing off and trying out new like marketing tactics to get, like, to just do these silly freestyles and stuff like that to get more of a buzz.
Yeah, nice.
You know, because we're not really trying to just take some rap seriously anymore. Like there's got to be some kind of gimmick on it for it to get some buzz going.
Exactly. Yeah.
And my best Jew artist award goes to BLP Kosher. Yeah.
He
really liked his album Bars Mitzvah.
Apparently, it's a good album, and like,
he
had some feature. He had a DJ Premier beat or some shit. He had some feature by like someone.
But it's not like a gimmicky Lil Dicky type thing either.
It's like he
seems like a legitimate like guy who grew up in Florida, like around the like in this like drill kind of rap scene, but like he's a skater and stuff like that. He seems like pretty authentic. And it's not just a joke.
Yeah.
Like a joke, like a white rapper rapping about how his penis is small.
Yeah,
and
it'll be interesting to see if he like can kind of move past the gimmick and then just become like a well-known rapper.
No, he actually shows a lot of versatility on the album.
Okay.
But yeah, he definitely like he has that famous silhouette of like his hockey hat and his like braids coming out the side.
Yeah.
He's a cool look, but he's an artist to watch that I don't hate.
Yeah.
That I like.
Fair enough.
Where are we on to now? Ooh. Iconic fits?
Yeah, I got 3. I talked about one in the last episode, Drake's fucking little hair Mine are more so worst. They have Drake little hairpins.
Speaking of worst fits of the year.
Oh shit! All green out here.
Is the camera even on still?
No.
Oh. Okay. Well.
Josh is back, everyone.
Yes. Hello.
What do you have? What are your fits? What did you go off of?
Yeah, definitely Drake's hair clips. Sort of a desperate attempt at a man in his 40s to stay relevant. Jack Harlow performed at this Lions versus Packers game on Thanksgiving.
You gotta pull that up for me. Okay.
Yeah, he got
interesting.
He got roasted by NFL fans for his halftime show performance.
Really, was it terrible?
It was on this cheap little like middle school stage.
Yeah, it looks like an igloo or like some.
And the point, he's not really dressed crazy. He just looks like someone who's in the stands. He doesn't look like a rapper.
Yeah, he's wearing fucking glasses,
khakis, and a vest.
Yeah,
and a stupid looking hat. A lot of stupid looking hats this year.
Yeah, another one of mine was MGK's Shiesties, especially in the Pressure video, but also in the Renegade freestyle. Like, there's some bad hats.
I wanted to do a little hot or not.
Okay.
Or a who wore it best, actually, is more of what it is. But who wore it best? A$AP Rocky versus MGK, Kilt edition.
Ooh, I'm already leaning towards A$AP Rocky because I've seen the Riot video, and I much prefer A$AP Rocky as a human being and a musician. But I don't think I've seen that.
But here's the specific ones I want to do. Okay. A$AP Rocky wearing a shirt. A soccer jersey that says "Human Rights."
Yeah, fire.
With a kilt, which is a reference to Roddy Piper, the wrestler.
Yeah.
Then you'll also see a picture of MGK from the Pressure video, also wearing a kilt. But he's wearing a sweater that says, "I'm from Cleveland."
Yeah, and he's wearing the devil shiesty.
And a shiesty mask with the devil horns. So who wore the kilt best?
Do I have to answer?
Yeah. Okay. The answer...
A$AP Rocky is a model. He's
style icon, A$AP Rocky.
He's more of a model than a rapper. Like, come on.
Yeah. Point is, 2024, are kilts coming back? More at 6. With weather. From Josh.
Josh, weather update?
It's fucking cold out.
Yep, that's all it is. Oh god. My another iconic fit. My last one here is Doja Cat at the Met Gala. Come on, she goes full cosplay.
Yeah.
As a cat, gotta respect it. She's quirky. She's not like other girls.
I'm gonna have to hit you with a Da Baby.
No man, come on.
He wore these hair curlers for the Ghetto Girls video.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, so kind of stealing from Drake as well.
Yeah, or is Drake stealing from DaBaby?
Who knows?
Not the first time, baby.
But I actually have one good fit, and I think Lil Yachty in the Secret Recipe videos. He's got some.
What was his fit on the Secret?
Cool little pastel colors.
Oh yeah, it's cool. The SF hat
with the orange hat.
Yeah. That's all I got for fits, and I think is that all we got for this?
Well, just trends and
trends.
That's pretty much it.
All right, all right, 2024. Let's leave the bullshit in the past.
Yeah.
What do we got? What are we trying to leave?
Number 1. Comment section jokes about I can't believe this song's been out for 60 years already.
I don't know if I even really go to the comments and look at these.
I'm seeing these comments a lot. Everyone has to be so
and the
funny
joke
in
is
the
that
comments.
like it just came out or whatever?
Yeah.
Okay.
Comments like, I was 13 years old when I first heard this song. Now I'm 61.
Right. Oh, okay, yeah.
I don't know who's being made fun of or what the joke is, but can we just be sincere and say good job on the video?
I didn't like the chasing after the camera TikTok trend that we got from a lot of these guys. When we talked about the
Hello Christ girls.
Yes, and you're running after a car or whatever type of videos. It just got played so quick, and let's just leave it. Let's just leave it there. Let's not do that.
It's so embarrassing picturing all the up and coming rappers like, oh, film me
exactly.
Film me going down.
It's
like,
embarrassing
the street
shooting
on this.
all this shit. Like that's why I can never fully get into TikTok. I'm like, man, I look like a goddamn fool shooting this shit. No way.
For me, one of the TikTok trends I hated was the fake studio session skit.
Oh yeah,
where it's the beginning, like there's the producer there, and then the guy walks in. Oh hey, I haven't seen you in a minute. Yeah, I've just been working through some shit.
Yeah, there was that one you sent.
You want to play the beat?
Chat. That was crazy.
And then it's always like, all right, throw a beat on, and then the guy like, and then it's like a pre-made song already.
Yeah, it's completely mixed. It's fucking no fooling anyone.
The trends people are doing to get more attention on the TikTok are it's fun to watch them. Can I do a good one though?
Yeah, sure.
Tangentially related, the JID surround sound song had a whole resurgence.
That's great.
Because people were doing videos where
he was on Fallon, he was on ABC News, he's like popping.
The camera is up on like above, and people are doing whatever it is.
Shaking ass. It started with shaking ass. Let's just say.
There's a lot of that, but like it was other people as well doing the bit. So
yeah, I thought that was cool. Yeah, we've talked about it at length. Get rid of the shiesties. And Riz. Never liked Riz. Enough. I'm glad we didn't get many Riz bars though. That's the thing. Like, it was more of a trend of just general society rather than like rap. It was more of a Twitter trend.
Yeah, I never heard the word Riz on a rap song. So
it doesn't really have to do with hip hop, but
I didn't really hear it too much.
As an aside. In terms of more hip hop shit, we got a trend that was bad last year and the year before as well. AI songs using people's likenesses. Yeah. Because we got the Drake and Weeknd song that was like, I think, charted or something. Like, it actually was pretty well received. And apparently now they're releasing like under DMX's like actual music pages. Like, they're putting AI DMX songs out. Like, his estate is doing this. Oh shit. Which is terrible. But on the other hand, you get fucking SpongeBob AI songs. So it's like, well, what can you gotta take the good with the bad.
That new one. Where they have all the different characters rapping.
Yeah, Sandy coming in with they're trading bars.
Squidward like shooting people. Like,
yeah, it's fucking crazy.
That one, but it's still the human behind it.
Yeah, like he's just doing the voice. It's just the AI. They just
used the AI voice,
so that's way more merit and like
AI voices is, I mean, every technology can be used for good or evil, but like. I get a kick out of that. It is just
yeah.
They redid Johnny Cash and made it a fucking T-Pain song or whatever. Yeah. Like, sure, that's fun. Like, whatever.
Yeah. They mixed Come Together with John Lennon with Beyonce, I think. That was pretty funny.
Wow.
Did you guys see the T-Pain cover of War Pigs?
That was sick.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
He did a really good job.
He did a whole album of covers this year that I recently put on my playlist, but still haven't listened to. But
shout out T-Pain. You got any more trends here?
Let's leave the kids out of it. There was an Ice Spice video that came.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Under fire for featuring a 16-year-old girl.
Yeah,
like twerking.
Yeah, I remember that.
They gotta like put something into place to stop that from happening. Cause, everyone's watching this. Like, there are creeps out there. Like, yikes.
Yeah. Especially watching an Ice Spice video. That's
and also
majority creeps.
Tangentially related to that is the whole Blueface drama that's been going on.
Christian Rock.
And it's involving, the kids are involved in this somehow, right? It's about, like, they're fighting over, it's his baby mama, and they're, it's just a dark spectacle that media probably shouldn't be feeding into at all.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
And like, think about what it's doing to the people that are involved that don't want to be involved. It's kind of like gives you the same feeling of like when Kanye was going on his crazy rants involving his kids, and you're thinking like, these people like don't have any choice in being involved in this crazy media story, so it's kind of unfair.
Yeah.
That's on a more serious note.
For sure. I will hop off. I'll hop onto that by saying, you say leave the kids out of it. I say leave the kid pictures out of it, as in the album covers. Of using the baby that rapper as the baby. I mean, it's been a trend that we've been seeing grow, but we got more of it this year from Michael, Killer Mike, even Victor with the self-titled Vic Mensa album. I guess baby pictures as rap covers, like, that's been a thing for a long time.
Yeah, since Biggie.
But it's just like, come on, do something. as soon as any rapper wants to get a little bit more introspective, they just do that, and then they just get away with it, you know.
Nas as well.
Yeah. Yeah, there's obviously some outliers, but it's a trend that I've noticed for sure.
I want to reiterate, there's some hip-hop media people that we should pay no mind to. DJ Academics.
Yes.
Allegations about his predatory behavior.
Yep.
Not looking good for that. So don't take it. I mean, I still go to it for news sometimes. But don't support Academics the person at all.
Yes. Don't go to his Twitch or donate anything.
And really, you look through the comment section and it's just a cesspool.
Yeah, it's fucked, man.
And Joe Budden, he had this really cowardly move this year where he criticized NBA YoungBoy for not being very good. Right. He's just like, he's trash.
Yeah.
Being very dramatic about it, and then walking back his statements the second NBA YoungBoy responded with like a fake threat, which like anyone could have seen as a fake, but then it's just, why do that if you're gonna just walk back?
I feel like that's not a new thing. Joe Budden has been wishy-washy. Like,
stand on your business. If you actually have that opinion, back it up and don't.
Yeah, fair enough.
So Joe Budden, he's no good.
Yeah, I'll say a positive trend of the year is in terms of like the charts and stuff, because a bad trend, or like hip hop wasn't trending much this year overall. Like, we didn't get huge albums other than like Travis Scott and Drake and Nicki Minaj maybe, and like chart wise there was a lot of like more country, like kind of pop, all that kind of stuff. Well, we did see a rise of artists like SZA and Ice Spice, like a lot of and Miley Cyrus was on the charts, and like a lot of women on the charts.
Yeah, female artists,
which is great to see.
It's a lot of R&B.
And a lot of great R&B. Yeah, a lot of R&B.
No Name Rhapsody actually dropped an album that I haven't listened to yet this year.
Yeah, the women were on top for this year for a lot of it, so that's good.
Yeah, for sure.
But overall, rap just wasn't the biggest year for hip hop overall.
This is like almost projecting into the future, but like I'm saying, the old goats are kind of out.
Yeah.
And all for different reasons too. Kanye, Drake.
Drake's still going, but he's playing it safe. Like, he's not gonna.
These people aren't really taken seriously as true goats of like a true lyrical goat that's still in the game. And even Kendrick is still in it, but who knows if he'll ever drop another album.
He's kind of taken a step back, at least so it seems right now.
And they were all kind of aging out of it.
And J. Cole was like has been teasing his retirement. He's probably dropping the fall off this year, and like I'm sure like it'll like. They'll still have relevance, obviously. Like, Drake's still going to sell well. J. Cole's still going to be like well received, probably. But it's just like it's about that time where it's like it's becoming more obvious that they are aging, and that like the search for the new ones are kind of like, who do we got? Travis Scott, Lil Uzi Vert,
and even older rappers like Eminem and Lil Wayne that are still in the game.
Yeah, they're kind of
It's understood that they're on their way out.
Yeah,
and probably not going to put much out like of significance,
right? Or of good quality.
Yeah. So it's the new conversation about what the new goats are turning into, as far as like established and respected figures. You have Tyler, Rocky, JID.
Mm-hmm. Well, Rocky's been silent for so long. He's not. I wouldn't even consider him.
Yeah, he's still in the public eye a lot, but we'll see with this new album.
Well, he's got new charges too. He's got fucking. For shooting another ASAP member.
Oh, wow.
He's in court right now.
Shit.
Yeah, and there's rumors of being like, I'm not going to drop an album until this court shit settled, because like seeing this whole Young Thug shit, like he doesn't want some of his new music or like his old music necessarily as well to like impact the shit. So I am inclined to believe that. So that means we could even be getting another 2 years.
He had a song called "I Shot This Guy," and he's like, "Oh, scrap that from."
I don't think it was anything that crazy, but he's just being be cautious.
But it's interesting, who's from the younger generation that's actually respected enough. I know Yachty has made a big leap this year, but I think a lot of people still don't take him seriously.
Yeah, I don't think he's ever going to fully
see him as a joke forever.
Yeah, dodge the corny allegations or like the shit allegations.
Yeah, but I think JID is he's
probably my number one pick if I'm going to draft, like, because he dropped a new freestyle as well that was super hard with Conductor on YouTube. I guess for 30, I think he turns 30 this year, or I don't know if it was his birthday recently or whatever, but he's coming with a Metro Boomin tape, which could be huge because Metro Boomin has been really big the past few years with Spider-Verse soundtrack and the one he dropped a few years ago. Dropping, I presume, another album after that potentially as well. So his game to lose at this point.
I could see him going solo and like out of the Dreamville thing and creating his own thing as well.
Yeah, for sure, 100%.
You know, we saw Yachty doing that a bit with his Concrete.
Yeah, he's got
crew.
Concrete Boys, Concrete.
So they're developing their own artists, which is usually a part of leaping into the GOAT generation, or like. Who you
put on is
putting on the next people.
is very important, especially because like that's why Lil Wayne's a GOAT, because he put on Drake and Nicki Minaj too. Like that's part of the reason why. Like you know what I'm saying? Like, and J. Cole has been put on Earth Gang and JIT and Ari Lennox and stuff, and Kendrick Lamar with Baby Keem and some other like J Rock and Ab-Soul in a way as well. Like obviously Schoolboy Q. Like it's who you run with and who you kind of boost up as well that like definitely impacts.
Bit of a
your GOAT status.
Nepotism thing in a little bit in that sense, you know.
In a sense,
I think it's kind of similar to the way political parties, like there's a leader that everyone loves, and then like, are they able to successfully pass it on to the next? Like, are they able to find a great leader that like that people genuinely like, that is skilled and everything?
Because all of the Eminem clones and all of
franchise
the,
going,
a lot of the people that he's signed. I guess Eminem has signed like West Side Gun and some other like good artists in the past, but like Eminem doesn't have like that kind of thing, at least in my mind, of like obviously his influence kind of speaks for itself, but like he didn't really foster in the same way that some of these other rappers have, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean I don't know, we're going back into like early 2000s history now. There was he did put on Rest of 5'9" and other acts, and you know he had a lot to do with 50 Cent's rise as well, but yeah, interesting discussion.
Semantics, but
I think we're kind of wrapping up here.
That's all I got to say.
I just want to do a quick shout out all the artists who were brave enough to call for a ceasefire and support Palestine openly.
100%.
Because we know that one of the most famous Palestinians, DJ Khaled, hasn't said much, and it's thought that because the people who own the record label are silencing his ability to speak out about something like that. Mm-hmm. So here's a little list. Belly, Kehlani, Macklemore even. Yeah. If Macklemore can figure out what the right side of things are, like Drake, Vic Mensa, Roger Waters has been a huge advocate.
Mm-hmm. He's been a huge advocate for like years, man. It's crazy.
Kali Uchis signed the letter.
Mm-hmm.
No Name has been involved politically. Jay Electronica, Lil Yachty even signed the letter. Mm-hmm. Zach De La Roca from Rage Against the Machine. Right, Killer Mike signed on to the letter. Flowers.
But again, we're kind of a
it's not hard to even be right about something this simple, you know. Yeah. And obviously, Dua Lipa is also. Yeah. I mean, a lot of these artists that have Middle Eastern heritage, like they understand the importance, you know, and that.
Mustafa has got to be on there.
Mustafa, as well. There's probably people I missed.
Daniel Caesar, I'm sure. But I mean,
But yeah, this was a lot of. We saw a lot of people take the wrong side and sign
our heroes.
We support Israel letter, which went around. Jerry Seinfeld
praising Joe Biden for his continued support.
I think P. Diddy actually signed that letter too. So double double whammy.
Yeah, he's done. Let's leave him in 2023.
And Canadian Parliament for clapping for the Nazis. I'm not going to forget that. Not forgetting that.
They fired that guy so fast after that. It was hilarious.
Bad trend. Yeah. Holocaust revisionism. So I think we talked about it all at this point.
Also, shout out to I thought this is where I thought you were going with it. To Rick Indigo and Joe Jazz for jumping on our podcast and giving us
100%.
Giving us a chance, you know.
Yeah, and we're gonna do more things like that in the new year. We definitely want to do more local artists as well, and do some like live, like just something within the community, and do some like I don't know,
reaching out to people.
Yeah, interviews even down here. Like if we do like a studio space somewhere, like we want to take it to bigger heights. We want to do merch this year as well, more music videos. We want to do more kind of bits like we did earlier of like the Rap Snacks kind of challenge and the. It wasn't this year, but it was the
Halloween special short
Halloween
film.
special. We want to kind of exercise those muscles when we can, when it comes to the podcast. But we're going to keep coming up with music and funny little things here and there. Follow us.
We just banged out 2 episodes.
Exactly, 3 episodes.
Fuck, man.
We've been here all afternoon. It's dark out now. It's cold. I'm hungry. I gotta pee. My voice is hoarse. Rapcast 2024. It's already here.
We haven't been recording this whole time, I don't think. Right?
If I press spacebar and all this is deleted, I'm gonna lose my shit.
Sipping on the bottle when the sirens start closing in. We just getting started like it's foreplay. Acting sweet but cold like it's sorbet. You on thin ice like you skating on a lake.